Welcome back, crew, to Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet, Miami, Florida, and today should be a fun one. We got a 17-mile-an-hour wind, an outgoing tide, and a little bit of a light chop, just enough to get some of the smaller boats we see come through here in trouble. Be interesting to see how our boaters fare. And this is going to bring us to the first round of our contest, and here in the first round, the boats are going to go big or go home as they're going to toss a cigarette in the ring to try and light it up and start it off and see if we can get the boats on the board early. And here we go, our crew is starting to work their way out. Cap might want to mess with the trim a little bit on this one because he's got a little bit of bob up in the front, and definitely that means it's not quite trimmed out right, and he might be on the high end of the trim. But Cap's got those throttles opened up, the boat's starting to get on the plane and starting to level out a little bit and looks extremely solid as this crew makes their way out of Haulover. And fortunately for this crew, it looks like they're going to take an easy win for the boats here in the first round. And that will bring us to the second round of our competition, with the boats claiming an early 1-0 lead. And here in the second round, the boats are going to toss a Boston Whaler in the ring to see if they can keep the momentum going. And here we go, our crew is working their way out, taking the slow roll approach and a couple bow riders. This one could get bad early, and there we go. They wind up stuffing it. The ladies up front wind up getting absolutely drenched as they come through Haulover, and Cap has to back off the throttle and basically all the way down to an idle as they continue to work their way out. And Cap's trying to sneak out the north side to get them out of the waves, but it doesn't matter now because the damage was done. As we'll see here in the replay, Cap's just kind of taking it slow. The ladies are like, yeah, nice, lovely stroll through Haulover. And Haulover all of a sudden is like, yeah, ladies, here's your wake-up call, as it lays the smackdown on them. And the ladies wind up absolutely drenched. And unfortunately for this crew, they're going to wind up taking a loss for the boats here in the second round. And that's going to bring us to the third round of our contest. We are now tied at 1 apiece, and here in the third round, the boats are going to toss a Mariah in the ring to see how it can fare. And these are always interesting, as it's a little more of a lake style boat, as it shows right there. It winds up stuffing it on the first wave it hits, and our guy's like, let me out of the bow, I'm coming back. And this crew winds up slow rolling it right out of the inlet. A little second light stuffing there to kind of cap things off. And unfortunately for this crew, their lake style boat's gonna wind up taking a loss against the ocean as they try to exit out of Haulover. And once they get out, things kind of calm down and they look okay, but still, Haulover's gonna go ahead and take a 2-1 edge as we move into the fourth round of our competition. And here in the fourth round, the boats are going to toss a Czar in the ring to see if it can get them back into the game. And here we go, round 4, let's roll. And Cap's working his way out. He's got a passenger in the stern, and he's got the throttle set up at just about a perfect spot. They're barely on plane, almost the perfect running attitude for this boat to go out of Haulover on a day like today. And it's got a pretty steep bow entry, which is helping it cut through those waves. And this crew looks really solid, and they're going to wind up taking a win for the boats here in the fourth round, which is going to bring us back to a 2-2 tie as we move into the fifth and final round of our contest. Who will take the win? We're going to find out now, as the boats are going to toss an Azimuth into the ring to try and close it out. Let's see if the boats can pull it off, and man, this one might not even be fair. This is a pretty big boat. This boat's up on plane and just eating Haulover for lunch basically at this point in time. And unfortunately for the inlet, this vessel is going to take a pretty easy win here in the fifth round, and the boats are going to wind up winning this episode. Thanks for watching, crew. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Boats vs. Haulover. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at the inlets. My channel, Broncos Guru, does some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, we got the Miami Boat Ramps channel that focuses on all the hilarity that happens at the boat ramps in South Florida. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.